Hello, hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you? And happy Friday. It's Fun Friday today. There is a lot going on in the world. We have lots happening on the national calendar today. It is National Road Trip Day, National Cooler Day, National Don't Fry Day, which happens. I just realized the Friday before Memorial Day. Sometimes, you guys, I'm not real quick in the morning, but we're still going to be joyful. So stay tuned right now for an all new episode of Project Joy Live. Let's do it. Hello, 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 my friends. Happy Friday to you. I hope you are set up to have an amazing day. And if you're not feeling the vibe yet, I hope you hang out with us here on Project Joy Live this morning. I'm Jessica Dugas. I'm your host for Project Joy Live. And this is your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. I always pause, see, because I'm an overthinker and I talked to you guys about this before. Um, I It's usually every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the 9 a.m. Eastern time hour, but sometimes, a holiday will come up or something will be already in the schedule. Like I was not here Wednesday because it was so fun. I took over story time at the Public Library of New London here in southeastern Connecticut. And so I was not here because I was over at the library setting up for that. So I say that it's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I always feel like I need to have like an asterisk in, below what I say that says usually most of the time. But listen, overthinkers unite. I'm glad to be here with you guys today, Friday, May 23rd. Guys, Memorial Day is on Monday. And we're almost to the end of the month. My oldest is about to turn 24 years old. And then my oldest daughter, which is my third oldest, will be turning 18. I'm not sure if that should be included in a joy segment. Yes, it should be. It is joyful, but it's hard. It's hard because I feel like as a parent, time goes so quickly. One day we're putting a diaper on and carting them around everywhere, and then the next time they're like, "Bruh, bruh, what are you doing?" So time goes quickly between the baby and the bra is what I'm saying to you here this morning. Listen, we got a great show on tap for you today. It's Fun Friday, so anything goes. You guys, if you didn't know that's on our Fun Friday episodes, you can actually go over to projectjoylive.com, and you can click the button and join us live on air and share something that is bringing you joy today. And I keep an eye out for you in the green room in the background. And you can come on and say hello and let us know something joyful, a joyful story. Don't come on here and be belligerent. Okay, because we're not doing that. But we got some breaking news for you this morning. We have our JOYversation happening today. I've got some fun and important announcements here this morning, and we have all kinds of stuff happening, and so I would love for you to hang out with us on the show today. I'm going to head over to the comments when we get to JOYversation, so please comment down below what is bringing you joy today, where you're joining from, all that good stuff, and let's get to our breaking news. Let's do it. All right, you guys, in our breaking news segment, as of today, it has been 55 days since Stephen Gush went missing. This is a story that's been close to home. Stephen is a brother-in-law of a family friend, and his disappearance continues to weigh heavily on the local community. If you have any information, literally anything that could assist with this case, please contact the Groton Police Department at 860-441-6712. That's 860-441-6712, or scan the QR code on the screen during this episode. Your awareness and action, taking the action, can make all the difference. So please continue to keep an eye out, even if you're not in the local area. To me, here in southeastern Connecticut, it's so important, you guys, because we know that people can obviously travel, things can happen, and so keep an eye out for Stephen no matter where you are. And we continue to send good vibes to my friend Corey and the whole family, and as they continue to they go on. It was a beautiful post on Facebook from Stephen's wife, who it's just you go on, you do the things you need to do in life, but it's hard, it's a heaviness, especially when you don't have any kind of closure. So please keep an eye out for Stephen, and we will continue to send good vibes to the whole family in this time. So we also have an upcoming event. The Connecticut Homeschool Network Annual Conference is coming up. This is a family friendly event, and it's designed for newer prospective homeschoolers, parents exploring education alternatives. It's also for families seeking fresh resources and support. Admission is free, and they suggest a donation of $5 per adult at the door if you are able to donate. Children are also free. There's plenty of free parking, and this is the perfect opportunity to connect with vendors, co-ops, and support groups throughout Connecticut. If you've been curious about home education, this is definitely the place to start. I'm going to put the link down in the comments for anybody that would like more information. And I have a fun announcement about the Homeschool Network Annual Conference coming up here in a few minutes. So stay tuned with that. With that, it's time to get to our JOYversation of the day. Are you guys ready for it? Let's do it. All right, you guys, we have a good JOYversation today. And I have to say hello really quickly. Miss Brittany is joining us. Happy Friday to you. These kids need to chill with the growing up. I agree. I tried to ground them. I tried to be like, you are not allowed to grow up any further. It didn't work. Epic fail, as the kids used to say. I don't think they say that anymore, but I still do because I don't care. So I think they said that at one point. Epic fail on my part. Okay. And so for those of you that are just joining us now, we were talking about how fast time goes in the beginning, and with parents, it's such a short period of time between going from diapers to bra. A short period of time. And so it brings me joy to see them grow up, to be their parent, but there's parts of it that do not, it doesn't, it like the time part doesn't bring me a lot of joy because it makes me sad. It makes me sad. All right, our JOYversation today. What is something about life that you think everyone should know? Comment down below. What is something about life that you think everyone should know? Good morning over on IG, by the way. Diana's here. Destiny Charm Divination is here as well. Good morning. Good morning. Let us know. What is something about life that you think everyone should know? Here's my answer. You ready for it? And we've talked about this 9 million times on the show, that you always have a choice. That you always have a choice. Now, this obviously, we're doing a lot of fine print today on the show, but it always comes. Okay, so there's parts of this, right? I think everyone should always know that we always have a choice. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to like the choices that you have. It doesn't guarantee that you're always going to be aware of all of the choices. That part is really challenging sometimes because we can tend to be in our own bubble, right? And not really see or be aware of what's going on outside of our own stuff. So if there's choices that are there, we might not be able to see them. That's why it's so important to have tools. It's so important to surround yourself with good people who can help you to see those choices, maybe when you cannot see them. Um, and so it doesn't guarantee you're always going to like the choices. It doesn't guarantee that you are always going to be aware of the choices. But at minimum, and this is something that I talk to my kids about all the time, at minimum, you always have a choice on how you're going to respond, even if you're not aware of, even if you don't like the physical choices or the choices that are actualized, even if you don't like them, even if you're not aware of them, you always have a choice of how you are going to respond to something, or how. And we'll even throw in a little side note of maybe not even internally. Sometimes we react to things, and that takes personal development and things like that to be able to work on our reaction. But even if, okay, practice the pause, whatever you're experiencing inside, and you can choose how you're going to respond externally to something. And then we get to go into that beautiful conversation that we also had recently about, um you know how we get to decide then if that's who we want to be, right? We talked about that on Monday's show. If you missed Monday's show, you got to go back and watch Monday's show, because that was a gem. But so that's what I would say. What is something you think, something about life you think everyone should know? That's what I pick, that you get to choose any given thing. So I want to hear from you. And I would like to hear something different as well. If, like, say in the comments as we go to break here, what is one thing about life that you think every single person should know? And we're going to be right back after the break.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Let me try this again. Welcome back to Project Joy Live, everybody. Today is Friday. It's Fun Friday, May 23rd, 2025. And part of the fun is that sometimes Jessica forgets to push the buttons, but here we are. I'm a one person show over here right now. And so sometimes it is what it is. my friends. We have some good answers to today's JOYversation, but as you saw in the last clip, we have a virtual community, in case you didn't know, as part of our Breakthrough Show Network family. Our virtual community is open 24/7 wherever you are in the world. You access it by going to the Breakthrough Show Network.club, the Breakthrough Show Network.club. And we often have a lot of events. And one of those events that we have a couple days a week, if not more, is virtual co-working, Pomodoro style. That's coming up this morning right after the show. You can come and check in at 9:55 a.m. Eastern time. And then we co-work together in 4 segments of 25 minutes each from 10 to 12. And I hope you can come join us for that. It's a completely free event. And then coming up tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and every Saturday morning, I might add, Soul Saturday Morning Coffee. If you are not coming to this, I'm just telling you, you are missing out. Last week, we had a couple of brand new people. People have been coming to our events. I have no idea how they even find us lately. It's so wonderful. We had a couple new people last week, and the conversation is fire. I will tell you though, this is not an event that you can just, drizzle into. Okay. I was trying to think of a better word, but that's all I've got. Doors close at 9:35. Why? Because we get into some really deep conversation in Soul Saturday Morning Coffee, and I don't want anybody to have interruptions or start to feel self-conscious if they're sharing. So come join us at 9:30, have casual conversation till 9:35, and then join us for our soul level conversation every Saturday morning at 9:30. Again, you can see all of our events and join us for any of the stuff that we have going on. A lot of free events, some paid events, but you can go to the Breakthrough Show Network.club, the Breakthrough Show Network.club, and check all of that out. So going back to our JOYversation today, I just want Trista. Good morning, by the way. I do see all your comments over on Instagram. I don't know what is happening with Instagram. If you only have so long before, it's been shutting off midstream lately. So I'm glad you found your way here. I appreciate that. So our JOYversation today, what is something about life you think everyone should know? Before the break, I was talking about choices and how important those are. Brittany said, you are not here by accident. Your presence has weight. Even if you don't always see the ripple you create, it's real. The way you smile at someone, the ideas you birth, the love you offer, it all matters, and you matter. I do think that that's such an important message. And it's such an important message that we need to ingrain in our children from a really, really young age, because those formative years are so important. And that's how we create a better world. Because then we're creating better adults going forward. It's not like most things in life. It's not a guarantee, right? Like, we're not promised that. But even if you're not a parent, I know Trista is an amazing auntie, and we love amazing aunties. We love amazing friends. Feed into the other children whose lives you touch, because that's how we make a better world, is to share those things that Brittany shared with our young people. That's how we do it. It's how it happens, at least for future. Also, I do want to go over, because I saw Trista's comments over on Instagram before that feed went bye-bye. She said, you are always making up your impressions and assumptions, so you may as well make up something positive. Oh my gosh, I love this, because it's true. Like, we can sit here and say, well, I never assume anything, because we know what assume sounds. We're not going to go into that. Anybody remember that? How do you spell assume? You make it, never mind. But so it's true, though. We do that as humans. We see something, we hear something, we make these automatic things in our head that happen. Now, like Trista was saying, you can do amazing personal development work on this. And when you start to say those things or hear those things in your own head, you can go, we're not doing this, and flip it to something else. So make up something positive instead of, yes, thank you, Trista. Instead of going, okay, what in the world was I going to say? I don't know. I got distracted by Trista's speech. Okay. Oh, so if you see somebody on the streets and they're let's say they're dancing around like crazy on the streets. Our mind might go to, what in the world are they on? Okay, I may or may not have thought that a time or two myself. But we could go, God, they're really enjoying life today. Like, we could just, if we're going to make up something and impressions, assumptions, like Trista said, why not just flip it? Why not just imagine if we did that with everything, right? Um, Trista also said another one that's spot on. Your intuition is always speaking. Listening and trusting it is what takes practice and faith in yourself, but it is always speaking. And if we can remember that, like, that's such a game changer as well. Al's here this morning. Good morning, Al. Good to see you. Teach respect to everyone. I think it's important. And what's a huge part of respect, that is one that I've talked to my kids about so often recently, is the part of respect that's time and place. And I guess a one word that could, time and place could fall under, would be awareness. To simply be aware that there's a certain time and place for things. And I think a lot of people fight back on this concept because they're like, well, you should just not be afraid to be yourself. And I'm not talking about being afraid to be yourself or feeling like you should have to walk on eggshells, but it's an awareness of what someone else or a certain situation, the energy of that, right? And so I'll give you one example of where time and place, in my opinion, didn't matter. So when my we had gone to a funeral, and with my kids at the thing, and we're at the cemetery, and a couple of them had seen snow for the first time ever. And they were like, they were there for the funeral, but also enjoyed the snow. Like, we're making little snowballs, and they weren't being inappropriate. They weren't like starting a whole, like, snowball fight and everything else. But it's like, you can, the joy and grief can coexist, and we know that, right? So that's an example for me where it's like, don't be afraid to be yourself too. But time and place, if someone is, I'm trying to think of a really, okay. So recently, I was sharing about, before, we recently went to the Capitol building, and for the homeschool stuff that was going on here in Connecticut. And we were talking about, like, what you wear to the Capitol. Like, there's certain things that may be appropriate and may not be appropriate. So this is like what I'm kind of talking about with time and place. So I agree with respect, teaching respect to everyone, and that being sort of the lesson that I've leaned in on recently. And it, again, you don't have to be afraid to be yourself, but just pausing for a minute and go, is this the right time? Is this the right time? Is this the right place to go with a mini skirt and fishnets? Because we saw that in the Capitol building, and I'm just kind of like, not for me, but do you, boo? Kind of situation. Miss Teresa's here this morning. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you today. So that's our JOYversation today. I hope you enjoyed those words of wisdom from our folks today. Okay, so we have big news on the Breakthrough Show Network this morning. I have a bunch of things that I need to share with you all today. I'm pulling up my notes here that I actually wrote pen to paper. Do you guys believe that? It's why? Because I found my little to-do list paper while I was organizing yesterday. Moving on. So we have big news for Project Joy Live actually here today. This morning we have our episode. Obviously, we're here. Next Wednesday, the 28th, we will not be here Monday because it's Memorial Day. Wednesday, we will be here. I will be here with Trista. And speaking of intuition, we're going to be talking about intuition on Wednesday's show. Friday, the 30th, I will be here for a 90s Fun Friday with one of my besties, Danielle Valero. And we're going to have so much fun because I have things that I have to show you. that I had been holding on to, and I meant to show you back around the time of 90s Con, but I totally forgot. So we're going to be doing that on Friday. And then after that, boys and girls, June, July, August, you are going to be watching Monday, Wednesday, Friday, best of Project Joy Live. You're going to see some of the most watched episodes. You're going to see some of the ones that brought me the most joy. You're going to see some of the most powerful episodes. So, June, July, and August 2025, there's not going to be any new episodes of Project Joy Live, but I say this with a big but. Where's that comment from Trista? With a big but. Okay. There's so many of you that haven't seen like every episode. And I'm not saying you have to watch every episode, but these ones that are going to be playing for you, same time, 9 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday, June through August, you're going to see the best of the best of Project Joy Live. So if there's ever been a time for you to watch, this is going to be it. Okay. So highly recommend that you still tune in. I will still be tuning in because even though I won't be live on the screen, I still have work I got to do in the back. And there's nothing, even if you're watching Project Joy and you got the joy going on in the back, it's the place to be. I don't care what you say. I'm biased, but that's okay. So that's going to be happening. We will be back strong in September on Project Joy Live. Things may be shifted a little bit. You may see different people. You may see some little things, but that's what's happening. So we'll be back for brand new episodes in September. But June, July, August, highly recommend you tune in because it's going to be the best of the best of the best episodes. Okay. And then June 10th, I'm very excited. So this is going to be happening from, I'm pulling it up here. The World Building Expo, the Breakthrough Show Network is going to be a part of again for this quarter. And this one is one single day. You can pop in when you're free, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And there's going to be two different halls this time. We have so many exhibitors. It's going to be two different halls. I'm so excited, you guys, and I hope you are too. For those of you that are hosts, you're going to see a post in our host chat later today where we're going to get some signups because, and my host will be very excited about this. You ready? There's going to be eight spots for us to have exhibits that day. Okay. It's going to be so much fun. So that's going to be on Tuesday, June 10th, 10 to 10 Eastern time. Okay. And we will let you guys know when stuff will be, when our different presentations will be throughout the day. But I hope you'll come and join us because this is, I think, our sixth, it might be the fifth time participating, sixth time attending. So if I have that correctly, I think fifth time participating, sixth time attending, and it's going to be so much fun. This is that virtual community I talked to you guys about earlier. That's what's highlighted in the World Building Expo. So I hope you'll join us for that. In other big news, There Will Be Hugs is still on the new release charts, you guys, on Amazon, which we're very excited about. I hope you can get your copy. If you don't, okay, couple call to actions here. If you don't have your copy, one, you're missing out. Get your copy. Two, if you do have your copy, please head over to Amazon and leave a review, you guys, because we would love to have more reviews rolled in. You would pick 5 stars, of course, because it's amazing. No pressure though. And leave a review there. We would love to have you do that. Also, big news. I mentioned during the breaking news segment that on Saturday, June 7th, the Connecticut Homeschool Network annual conference is happening in Groton, Connecticut, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we are here in Connecticut. There Will Be Hugs will be at the homeschool conference. I will have a table actually with There Will Be Hugs book. I will be able to sign them for you. I will still have bookmarks for the kids, stickers for the kids, color sheets for the kids. I will have all kinds of stuff for them at my table. And in addition, because we were talking about this earlier, it's so important, mamas, I'm speaking to you, to nurture yourselves, especially if you're homeschooling, if you're working at home, if you're juggling 9 million things like a lot of us homeschoolers are. I am going to have my other books at the table for you, which are perfect for the mamas. Okay. I have Shine, which are stories for women, stories to inspire you to, what, what is the tagline? Dream big, blaze your own trail, something like that. It's on the shelf, you guys. I will have Shine. I may have Soul Hearted Living. I'll see if I can get copies in ahead of time. I may have Thriving Through Change because, again, I'll see if I can get copies on time. But I will for sure have Shine and also Radical Self-Love at the table. So these are perfect books for the mamas, and to nurture yourself, because you're nurturing your babies, nurture yourself too. And so I'll have those at the table. Like I said, we'll have lots of goodies. But that's the breaking news. Even though Project Joy isn't going to be here, you'll still see Beyond 2D twice a month. We're coming back in June with that. And then we will still have spirit sessions every Sunday. We may still be having a couple special edition episodes of the Breakthrough Show, which will come out as well. And all of our events, again, I cannot tell you enough. Go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club. Can somebody drop that link in the comments for me, please? The breakthroughshownetwork.club. Come head over there and check out our calendar. We have events all the time. It starts every day at 7 a.m. We're in there. We read Dorothy's For Love poem together. We have time together in the virtual gym at 7:15 Eastern time. There are free events all the time. And there's also rooms that you can go to and use on your own. You can go to our Tranquil Haven meditation room, which has a whole bunch of recorded meditations, which you can partake in. We also have our self Pomodoro suite. If you want to do some cleaning, organizing, business, whatever, you can come into, thank you, Miss Brittany. You can come into the Self Pomodoro suite and you can start the timer, keep track of what you're accomplishing. And there's just a whole bunch to see. So if you haven't been there, there's the link, the breakthroughshownetwork.club. Come check it out. And we're going to have, we always have so much fun in there, and it'll give you a chance to get a preview of all you will get to see when we're part of the World Building Expo again on Tuesday, June 10th, 10 to 10. Let me see if I can actually, let me see if I have the right link to give you guys to register for that. That is not that. Let me try this again. I think this is it, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in the chat. Hopefully that's the correct one. And you can go check out the expo and register for that. It's free. Come check it out. But that's the skinny on that. We're going to take one more quick break. And when we come back, we are going to have birthdays and lots of fun. So we'll be right back after that.
Hi, I'm Jessica Dugas, and while you might know me as the creator of the Breakthrough Show Network, I'm also a mom of 6 children. Once I became a mom, I realized very quickly that not all children everywhere start out with the same resources and support in life. Recently, I learned of an organization that believes that no child anywhere should be marginalized. The Gratitude Network identifies visionary social entrepreneurs who are working with children and youth around the world and provides them with the capacity-building resources to grow their organizations to impact 5 to 10 times more children or youth in scalable and sustainable ways. The Breakthrough Show Network is proud to host several of the world-changing entrepreneurs that are part of the Gratitude Network. If you're a social entrepreneur who serves the youth of the world and would like to learn more about being a part of the Gratitude Network, Or if you're a person or business who would like to support the mission of the Gratitude Network, I invite you to visit gratitude-network.org to learn more. Together, we can improve the lives of children and youth around the world.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Gratitude Network is so amazing, you guys. If you have a nonprofit organization that benefits children, please go check them out because it's so important to help take care of our youth, and they're doing amazing things. We've had such incredible people on the show, and for the last 3 years, I think, maybe I think 3 years, I have served on the review committee for new organizations that are coming into their fellowship program to learn how to run better organizations on behalf of our children. So definitely check that out. Again, gratitude-network.org. What else do we have going on? Oh, we have to do birthdays today. Are we ready? Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, you guys. Also, Miss Trista is basically slaying today, as the kids say. She's registered for the World Building Expo, and I have a feeling Miss Trista might be there. Maybe we can convince her to do some fun things with us again, but we'll talk about it later, Trista. Let's talk about birthdays in the world of celebrity. Okay. Do you guys remember I was talking about how we were talking about guilty pleasures? One of the last episodes, and I was talking about the trash TV that I like to watch. Anybody else watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives yet? Anybody? Am I the only one watching this trash? I say trash really loosely because it's actually, see, I'm a person that even if something is trash, technically for our brains, I will still watch it and go, what can we learn from this, boys and girls? Okay, there's a lot to be learned in that show. But it is birthdays, and what does this have anything to do with anything? Taylor from the show. She's part of Mom Talk, as they call it. She's 31 years old today. Happy birthday, Taylor. Your show is not trash. I actually really enjoy it. I say it's trash because when I say something is trash, it means I probably should be doing something else other than watching the trash. Is what I'm saying. Okay, it's not actually trash. Okay, so happy birthday, Taylor Paul. Brittany said I tried. What does that mean? Did you not like it? Was it horrible? It's a lot of drama. Anyway, Melissa McBride, actress. You might know her from The Walking Dead as Carol, one of my favorite actresses. She is fantastic. 60 years old today. Happy birthday, Melissa. Singer Jewel is 51 years old today. One of my favorite singers of all time. She's fantastic. And really, the songwriting gets me too. But anyway, actor and comedian Drew Carey, 67 years old today. Happy birthday, Drew Carey. The celebrities in my life, Nicole Henderson has a birthday today, Raj Sharma. And over the weekend, Jamie Smith had a birthday, which he's hilarious. I just cracks me up. I just want to say that, Jamie, if you watch the show, you crack me up. And then Tamara, Sheila Galligan has a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. So all the birthday babies today, I hope you have an amazing day, and let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Taylor, Melissa, Jewel, Drew, Nicole, Raj, Jamie, and Sheila. Happy birthday to you. My friends, this is what happens when you try to read a comment and click a button at the same time. I'm a mess today, but this is what Fun Friday is. It's all about. If there's any day I can be up here on the screen with you guys and be a hopeless mess, it's on Friday. It's just what it is. So I can't. Brittany said it's too much for me. I love a trashy show, but I couldn't do it. Okay, so I will say this. It's a lot more on season 2. And I'm also very upset because the episodes have stopped for now, so I'm upset about that. Um, Trista said, I laughed so hard last night. I watched an 80s classic, Trading Places. I found it on Paramount. I'm going to go look at that too. Okay. See, I love doing the throwbacks too. I will watch like old episodes of The Price is Right, or like I've been rewatching Golden Girls. Um, and you may say to yourself, how does Jessica homeschool her kids, keep everything up, do the shows, run her business, write books? I have a lot of stuff that plays in the background, which I mean, may explain some things. It may not, but I'm so good at compartmentalizing my time a little bit. I think life is too short, you guys, and I think that we should have more fun in our lives. And I think that social media is a liar. That's what I think. I think to think that any person, me or anybody else, has it all together is a blatant and utter lie. Um, there's always something that goes by the wayside. There's always something else to do. There's always something I probably should be doing, but I don't like to shit all over myself. And so I roll with life is how I do it. That's it. That's why I just roll with life. And I'm so glad Bella sang along with us today. I hope Bella will come and sing along with us when you're on the show on Wednesday. Let me remind you guys what's coming up this morning. We have virtual co-working happening. Check in at 9:55. That's in like, I'm not mathing right now. It's in a few minutes, you guys. Come check in. The breakthroughshownetwork.club. Once you get there, you click on spaces, and then you'll see the collaborative workspace. Come and check that out. We work together from 10 to 12 today. I have office hours today too. If you guys want to pop in and say hello, 2:30 to 4:30, you can come do that. Soul Saturday morning coffee coming up at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Sunday, we have an all new episode of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. No Project Joy on Monday for Memorial Day, but I will be here on Wednesday with Trista Polo, and it's going to be fun because we're going to talk about joy and intuition and all of that. We just roll with life. That's what we do. We put our hands up and we go, wee, and that's the fun that we have. Let me see what's happening over here. I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing weekend. And if you're doing anything for Memorial Day, enjoying time with family, friends, loved ones, all of that fun stuff. I am your host, Jessica Dugas, and I, of course, will be back here with you on Wednesday. And I want to remind you, like I always do, that you are the joy. I love you all so very much today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.